My bad. Y'all know what I gotta do.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Me and my niggas one of a kind. Greatest of all time. I create the
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga. Had me call a Brook and Rumble. Had them grimy niggas run up in your house, nigga. Cannon all up in your mouth. Ugh. Rick James on your couch. Whoa. Cheddar bang with the cloud. Ooh. Barry Blue with the account. Ooh. Only losers talking down, but looking up to me when I come around. That's why I got the crown. These dudes ain't ill, rapping they frail, nigga. That shit I can't feel, lacking the skill. I'm sleeping on rappers like Bill after the pill, yeah. Fuck is on your mind, boy. Came back to put you niggas back in line, boy. Get a good looking niggas on your side, boy. Oh, bitch niggas, whole click a bunch of tomboys. God, Staten Island, yeah, it's mine, boy. I ain't trying, I just do it on the side, swear to God. How y'all in the booth all day and still playing catch up? You ain't even got a job. Defeat these niggas in my leisure. Beastin', rest in peace when I'm on that feature. Beastin', he's rapping, immaculate, feed him. Niggas G'ing him if they saying they seeing him. See me and my niggas one of a kind. Probably why everybody be so mad at us all the time. I ain't aiming at nothing, I'm just detonating the bomb. It's a brand new line since we messing with niggas' minds.
Fuck around and have a Billy in a Pico. Just a rego for a grip. Leave a nigga stitch on the lead low. To me, you niggas is fruit of the loom. They keep it brief though. We on leave a nigga reformed. I ain't meek though. See all of my niggas riding in the streets though. None of us ain't doing Willie. Started on you like a hilly. I'm up in the semi, no bluff. It'll lift a nigga up. Try to tell the niggas that I be the one with the wave. Got a little shorty with the pose. In the stage, all my niggas black and with the white. A bunch of renegades. You ain't with the action on my life. You niggas just a rage. You ain't gotta act them with the shits, nigga. Messing with the flow, cause about how I flip, nigga. Stepping up the medication, get a dish, nigga. Barry with the bat, just hit me when you need a hit, nigga. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dog, you don't wanna see the spark. Pop a nigga, let us see the twirl. You can have the Allen, nigga, I'ma need the word. Known fact, I'ma knock it out the park. CVS is lighting up the dog, you don't wanna see the spark. Still gon' do it, give a fuck about who do it first. You can have the Allen, I'ma need the universe.
I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. I create the way. These niggas riding around it. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm stuck in my ways. Paper is all we about, nigga. All that beefing for the lame dudes. They just be running their mouth, nigga.
Me and my niggas one of a kind. Greatest of all time. I create the wave. These niggas riding around it.
Alright, boom, shaka, laka. You already
Yeah.
But it's Friday. Who run the city? We late, but we here.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I went to the game, and usually we set the games back when the game is playing. I mean, the podcast back when the games is playing. But today I actually went to the game, and that's why we late. Excuse me. So thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Apologize for the inconvenience. I know y'all expect us around 7 o'clock, or at least right after the game. But I had to go, man. I had something to prove, man. I've been getting called out all last season. Told me COVID don't mean nothing. I should have been at a game. Told me, how you gonna be big fan, Breezy? You ain't going to no game. So I felt it was my fan duty to at least go to one game. I'm definitely going to the Nets versus Knicks game, which is the 11-9. So I'm going to that for sure. So I got one under my belt thus far. And it was a great game, by the way. We won. Got our first win of the season. Felt good.
I peeked in at the score. It looked like it was a close one.
Nah, it was. We won at the end. Pretty much, I would say it was a up and down game. It was a lot of lead changes, a lot of runs. It wasn't like we had the game from beginning to end. It wasn't like that. The biggest lead was 10 points by, I think, both teams. They had they had us by 10 in the third quarter. Shout to Barry in the building. They had
good.
We had them by 10 as well in the third quarter. It was a little topsy-turvy, man. I'm part of the BK block. So the BK block is the fans responsible for getting all the other fans hyped. So we got to yell the loudest. We the ones that saying, let's go Nets. Let's go Nets defense. When you hear that, that's us. That's, some of the fans, they just watching the game, enjoying it. But they asked us to participate. I'm part of that, so it's dope. Shout out to Cat. I got the invite from a block member. I went to the auditions. I got in, and yeah, man, y'all should see me at more games, man. I expect y'all to, what I'm saying, stop talking spicy about me not going to games. Shout out to my guy Jay. Yo, Jay, I'm on the podcast right now. Pull up.
Well, I had to call you to tell you something, so it's live on the podcast too.
Okay, what happened?
I just called you to tell you Nash just shouted us out. I was watching the broadcast, the little after game interview, and he was like, "Yeah, the crowd in there was crazy. The block was great tonight." You know what I mean? You know who was in the block?
Nice. Me and Jay, the Cat, and all the other super duper Nets fans, man.
And Kyrie too. Kyrie ain't shout the block out specifically, but he was like, "Yeah, the crowd, man. I love the crowd because they hold us accountable, and it makes us get better on defense. And when we get good on defense, we see that they responded. Like, yeah,
nice. Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, yo. Yeah, nah, it was live in there.
And Kyrie was like, "Yo, man, we just out here playing too soft. We playing too soft, and I'm about to go in the locker room. We gotta come out there playing harder." Know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. See, I missed that. I came straight on the first thing smoking to the podcast, man.
I'm about to turn the podcast on. I didn't even know y'all was on already, but I just definitely wanted to shout out to let the Nets run the city, Brooklyn run the city. It is what it is.
More
Yo, appreciate you, man. Shout out to Big Fan Jay, man. Pull up on the podcast, bro.
Man, we out there, man. They seen us on the Jumbotron. Call me Jumbotron Jay. That's my new name, man. Jumbotron Jay. That's Big Fan Breezy, and you already know what it is. Big Screen Breezy. We out here.
Facts.
I mean, I've been on a Jumbotron before. Like, what?
I don't know, man.
I've been on a Jumbotron before. Like, what?
that was live, yo. That was live. Bro, being in the building, obviously the energy is different than watching the game at home. The building was shaking. You know what I'm saying? There was some Toronto Raptor fans in there too, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a little awkward space with me and a Toronto Raptor fan on the way home. Like, he was standing in front of me on the train. I felt the need to break the ice. I could see his awkwardness. So, I said, good game. And then we had a slight chat, a light banter. And, he went his way, I went mine. But he know what's up, man. We say them again on December 2nd. So, at the Barclays. So, we'll see what's up. But yeah, man, excellent game tonight, man. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, man. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah, it was an excellent game for the Knicks too. It was a blowout. The game was over by halftime. Like, I was doing my Twitter Spaces. It had the Knicks squad in there. We was winning so good that the Spaces got quiet. Nobody ain't really have nothing to say, but because we was winning so good. But we can get into specifics of why we was winning so good. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Before I talk about this game, I want to talk about our last game. So it was brought to my desk, you feel me, by a Knicks fan, that we were robbed against the Grizzlies. Straight robbed. When Jalen Brunson at the end of the game went up for the layup and Ja Morant, quote-unquote, blocked his shot. Not only was it a foul, it was a goaltend. The ball hit the backboard. That is goaltending by the very definition of the letter.
I seen y'all went to overtime, and I seen it was a competitive game. So I'm just listening at this point.
Jay, it wasn't a block, Jay. It was goaltending. It hit the glass. It's video evidence that Jalen Brunson's layup hit the glass before Ja Morant blocked it, and it was a foul. We were double robbed. But anyway, that was a great game just to see, that team was number 2 in the West last year. Yeah, that team was number 2 in the West last year. And we took them to overtime. And we played hard, man. We should have won that game, being perfectly honest. We should have won it.
But besides that one play you talking about, is there anything you felt like y'all could have did to put the I don't want to say it like that. that could have solidified the win outside of that one play?
We started slow. We started the game horribly slow. Oh, and before I say that, I was Knicks Fan TV had an event at the 4040 Club for the opening game for the Knicks. I was there. Me and Kev was in the building. That shit was amazing. You feel me? It felt like being in a garden. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like the Knicks fans was in there going crazy, like we was actually in the garden. And then I don't know if you ever been to the 4040 Club. They got
I never been there.
Yeah, Marlon was good, Playboy. They got these big ass TV screens in there that look like a jumbotron for no lie, bro. And it was just love all throughout the building. You know what I mean? I went there unexpecting people like to really know who I am. You know what I mean? And the love I was receiving off the strength of Nixon ish was fire. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that was in the building. But yeah. Now back to what I was saying. We started the game very slow. We went down by 19 in the third, and we climbed all the way back and pushed the game into overtime. And Julius Randle fouled out in OT. That was a big loss for us because he played amazingly well. He was 24, 10, and 5 in that game. And he shot over 50% for the game too. You know what I mean? So
no, I'm listening. I mean,
yeah, I'm reading the comments. That's nice. Y'all do. Y'all should.
Yo, and it's
I've been in there too.
Real shit.
I've been in there too. You feel me? Like I've been in there too. I was actually there when the Knicks beat the Nets their first game in the Barclays Center. Yeah, I was there.
We seen it with the Victor Cruz. That was a long time ago. We swept y'all.
Yeah, I've been in there. They was treating the Knicks fan lovely in there. You feel me? Pretty hostesses and all that. Come and serve your boy Duce while the Knicks win. It was a great time. So back to what I was saying.
7-game win.
He's interrupting my soliloquy with these crazy comments. So he gotta yeah. So boom, they were treating me great there.
Nah, that's not crazy about that comment.
Yeah, so
that was solid.
So we in there. So anyway, we was in there. Boom. Like I said, Julius Randle foul now in OT. That hurt. You feel me? That hurt because he was playing really well. But now it was a great game. I ain't got no complaints about that game, man. Like I'm not like when you lose a game, you be tight. Like, damn. I was like, oh, we gonna fuck a lot of people up this season. That's how I left that game, bro, because that's how well we played and how hard we fought back. And to find out that we were robbed, you feel me? It makes it even more better. You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear you, man. You finished though?
Yeah, I'm done.
Well,
I'm gonna get into after you talk about your games. I'm gonna get into tonight's game.
Well, okay. Well, see, last time we seen y'all, the season didn't start, and the season started the other day, and we started with a loss, a bad one. Ben Simmons wasn't aggressive at all, and the fans are calling for it. Kyrie Irving is calling for it. Anytime that Ben Simmons isn't, he's a very impactful player. If he does something and it could either benefit the Brooklyn Nets in a very good way, or if he doesn't do something, it could put us in a situation where we're in a bad situation because we needed him to do whatever. So he is definitely an X factor to this team. I've seen that.
I missed that. Who are you talking about?
Ben Simmons. And what happened with him in the first game in contrast to the second game. In the first game, I feel like he left. We got out rebounded a lot, and I put a lot of that on Ben Simmons. This game, he came back and played with he bounced back. All right, he understood that. All right, he just, what I'm saying, got hit in the face. He kind of woke up. All right, you know what I'm saying. I understand what's going on. I can understand the role that my team needs me to play for us to win basketball games. Ben Simmons came out serious, and he played a great game. I'm gonna get to the stats, but watching him play, being at the Barclays, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Ben Simmons, seeing him aggressive, all the fans want that shit. Everybody was like, attack, score, go to the paint. If you in the paint, score the ball. He got saved by Nick Claxton a couple of times. Because Nick Claxton is a rack attack Claxton, he's always going to be a player that's going to go to the rim. He has the confidence that we want Ben Simmons to have. And we've seen that tonight. Again, they're saying that Nick Claxton is not one of the better centers in the league, but he had 19 and 11, and he was 8 from 11 from the field with 4 blocks for defense, a steal. And again, he didn't shoot no 3-pointers because that's not what he does. I seen him drive to the lane a few times. I seen a lot of good basketball with rack attack Clax. He was 3 from 8 from the line. As a fan, I'm taking that. Nick Claxton, that means he got to the line and he putting guys in foul trouble. So yeah.
He was 3 for 8 from the line.
Yeah, I'm taking that from Nick Claxton, man. He 19-11, 8 for 11 for field goals. Yeah, I'm taking that. Listen, he played a great game tonight, and it was part of the reason why we won the game. That's a fact. Kyrie Irving, he's another one that didn't play well the first game, but came out ready to answer, to show like, yo, I'm serious.
I'm sorry to cut you off. He had to play 41 minutes in regulation. That's crazy.
He had 30 points. He was hot. He was on fire. He had 7 assists. And yeah, man, Kyrie was doing this thing, man. And from behind the arc too. I mean, he shot like 30-some%. It was like 5 for 13. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. He shot 0 for 6 the first game. So yeah, his offense was part of the reason why we won this game. He played big tonight. And Ben Simmons had 10 boards and 8 assists. That's pretty much what his stat line, what I expect his stat line to be. He was 3 for 5. Listen, if you 3 for 5, you shooting over 50%. I want to see you shoot more. I don't want to see you stop shooting, Ben Simmons, until you shooting under 50% or under 40%. Then we can say Ben Simmons can't shoot and yada, yada, yada. But to my knowledge, from what I've seen in the first game and the second game, field goal percentage-wise, you shoot at a high clip. And do more, man. Do more of that. He had 2 blocks. He had 3 turnovers, but still he had the 8 assists, and I like what he brings to the table. And shout to my guy Royce is the right choice. Yo, shout to Rolls Royce O'Neal hitting that big 3 in the fourth quarter to kind of solidify the win for us. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. And far as Sean Marks trading that draft pick for Royce O'Neal, good wise basketball knowledge on your part, because Royce O'Neal is a developed player that's a 3-and-D player, and opposed to having to develop a player out of the league with the draft pick we would have used from Philly. So yes, I agree with Sean Marks using that draft pick from Philly for Royce O'Neal. Joe Harris came back tonight. Joe Harris came back. He was cold, in my opinion. He had hit a 3. The crowd went bizarre. Wow. Bonkers. Everybody was happy to see Joe back playing and getting some minutes. Again, I feel like he could have did better, and I feel like I would have wanted to see what he did tonight in the preseason. He shot 3 times. He was 1 for 2 behind the arc. And we got what we got from Joe Harris. He did okay. Patty Mills, he had 10 points. 2 for 5 from field goals, 2 for 4 from the 3. He played big. Trust me, the points, it may not seem like that many, but those 10 points meant a lot for us to win this game. We only won by 4 points. I don't want to ramble on, but just a quick recap. Which I'll do a thorough one tomorrow, because me and him, we're going to debate. That's a fact. That being said, I feel like, yes, when it comes down to what I seen tonight from game 2 to game 1, and seeing the rebuttal, the bounce back from game 1 to game 2, I like it. I like the response of the Brooklyn Nets. I like the fact that they came out, and instead of scoring 14 points in the first quarter, we scored 29. So we came out hot. You know what I'm saying? It was different from the Brooklyn Nets. Y'all came out cold. We came out hot. The second quarter was a little bit of turbulence. We couldn't score no points in the bone. Again, like I said, I'll go at it. I'll do the recap later to speak specifically to my Nets fans about that. But what I will say is, That second quarter, yeah, it was a little dangerous. You know what I'm saying? We scored 21, they scored 28. They was right back in it. That third quarter was pretty close. And that fourth quarter, we jumped out to a fast start and we didn't look back. Kyrie had like 10 points that quarter or 11 points that quarter. KD hit a big three and Royce O'Neal hit a big three. And yeah, man, we ready, man. The next team we play is what, Monday, the Grizzlies. So let's see how we measure up with the Grizzlies. We've seen what the Knicks did with the Grizzlies. We took them to overtime on an away game. For us, it's an away game. It's our first away game. We go on we actually go and play 2 away games, Grizzlies and Bucks. But yeah, I know the Grizzlies is tough, but we want to get that win. We want to stay in the win column.
Yeah, bro. I'm just look. I didn't see the game. Just looking at the stats, and yeah, Kyrie already playing 41 minutes in like regulation. It's crazy. That's a lot of minutes for regulation. You know what I mean? Like
we know.
Like
that's not your problem though. You know, y'all don't have to worry about that until 11-9. You know what I'm saying? And then you can worry about it as much as you want. You know what I mean? Because we swept y'all. So I want you to watch your tone when you do this podcast.
I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing.
You should.
I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about nothing. You feel me? I'm just making an observation. Like that's a lot of minutes. Well, I don't see Cam Thomas up there. What happened?
No, I ain't mentioned Cam Thomas because he ain't getting no minutes.
I know. I can read the stats, bro. I see the big 0 next to his name.
I mean, you asked me a question. I just answered it.
Yeah, that was what you call it?
Rhetorical.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah. We got the win though. We got the win. And
I'm just listen. I'm just making observations of what I'm seeing. I'm not saying I didn't win. I can see that as well. Like I can read. I'm just asking and making observations of what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was gonna be getting minutes, bro. What happened?
All right, 2 things. One, first I'm gonna answer your question. Then I see you, Jack City, but I'm gonna answer the time question first. I thought he was getting minutes too. But I knew he wasn't going to get minutes tonight. His minutes went to Joe Harris. It was Joe Harris' return. I mean, when I say it was Joe Harris' return, they even gave T-shirts out. I'm dead ass. I got a T-shirt. I think I put it over there somewhere, but I had it on. I had it with me. They gave out Joe Harris T-shirts. Instead of giving Cam Thomas minutes, they gave it to Joe Harris. So that being said, they didn't give minutes to Ed Sumner. None of them. Only Patty Mills. He ran a tight rotation with Joe Harris back, and I felt like he should have gave Cam Thomas minutes because I seen how it impacted the game when Cam Thomas wasn't on the floor. We went a stretch where we weren't scoring. Like 4 or 5 minutes went past in the quarter, and we had the same score. That was the beginning of the second quarter. You know what I mean? We was up 28-21 in the first quarter, and then the second quarter started. We couldn't get no points on the board. And again, I contribute that to Cam Thomas not being on the floor. I understand working Joey back in. Like I said, I'm going to have a recap with just Nets fans. I understand working Joey back in the rotation, but, off of injury, he was supposed to be out for so long and hurt so bad, right? And then you just give him 17 minutes out of nowhere. You cut Sharp minutes. Sharp played 22 minutes last game, and then you know what I'm saying, cut it to, again, like I said, I'll speak to my Nets fans later. But Nash, what I will say is I see you respect the fans in the building. Yeah, we was helping with fan power. You know what I'm saying? We was helping to win with fan power. So thank you for respecting our handle. But you didn't give minutes to Watanabe because Joe Harris is back, Cam Thomas, Sumner, and you cut Sharp minutes. And fucking Morris got 19 minutes, pardon my language, which is rare because he played 3 minutes yesterday. I mean, the first game. So I'm not seeing any consistency with Nash, with minutes, with players. I want to see that this season. What I will say is to land the plane, because I want to hear what you're going to say. He had the same starting lineup from the first game. That's good. If we can at least respect, I could respect that. And I will say to contribute to Nash, you did call some key timeouts. I thought you could have called it a little earlier, but you didn't let it get out of hand. and we was able to, lead the Barclays with a win. So yeah.
That's funny. I read a J comment. He said Royce is a bucket. That's wild. Nobody else on the face of the planet will call Royce O'Neal a bucket.
Yo, when we need a basket, he get it. That's
Bro,
a fact.
no, that's not what, bruh.
I
Calling
know what he
somebody a
mean by a
bucket,
bucket. A bucket is just
nah,
anybody that can score anytime, when they want, how they want.
bruh.
I
That's
wouldn't say, I wouldn't go that far. That might be a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
definitely
But he
not might be.
but
It's
he
definitely.
scores some timely baskets for
Listen, I'm
sure.
not. I'm not even
He's
debating
clutch.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not even
clutch. I'll
debating
say
that.
that.
All that. Don't even care to debate. I care to debate the term that he's a bucket. That was crazy. Like all that you just said, that might be fine and dandy, but Royce O'Neal a bucket, that's wild. But boom. So tonight it was beautiful, man. Uh, from the get go. You know what I mean? We talking about everybody say Jalen Brunson don't move the needle. Got a nice little stat for y'all. Shout out to Anna Bryant. You know what I mean, Mrs. Knicks. 15 assists, 0 turnovers in the first 2 games. You know what I mean? He had 6 assists tonight. He wasn't the only one that had 6 assists. All point guards on our team had 6 assists. Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, and Jalen Brunson all had 6 dimes. You feel me? And that goes to show the ball. We had 29 assists tonight. That
Right.
shows the ball movement and how the team has been playing. Even in Memphis, the same thing. The ball movement was immaculate. You feel me? And the tempo, and that's the biggest thing about the team this year. The tempo that we play with. We playing very up pace. You know what I mean? We getting the ball down off of rebounds. We pushing the pace, getting into transition early, and getting easy buckets. And then in a half court set, you got Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle orchestrating the offense. You know what I mean? Like moving the ball quick, moving themselves, and not just moving themselves when they don't have the ball, creating motion without the ball. And it's working, man. I think the one thing that I like to see more of, we shot well tonight. We shot over 50% from 3-point land tonight. One thing I want to see more of, because we even struggled with it in the preseason, is being more consistent from the 3-point line. That's the one thing that we haven't done well in preseason or so far in the very young season. You feel me? Like tonight was absolutely a night that we did what we were supposed to do. You feel me? We was absolutely supposed to smash the Pistons.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And we did that. You feel me?
Right.
Last year we was losing these games. We was losing a lot of these trap games. Excuse me, the teams that we were supposed to beat, and it was refreshing to see us actually handle business as we supposed to. Uh, uh, Coach Tommy T's rotations was pretty solid today. He did give me a little bit tight at the end of the game. You know, what RJ Barrett was still on the court with 2 minutes left in the game, like 3 minutes left in the game, and we up by like 25 points. And I'm like, this is how he got hurt last year, by stepping on somebody's foot, and rolling his ankle in the same exact situation. But anyway, speaking of people being injured and come back, Derrick Rose was part of the reason why we took a big lead. He got off the bench and shot 3 for 3 from 3-point land in the first quarter. He
Okay.
did all his scoring in the first quarter. He had 13 points. You feel me? He scored 11 in the first, and I think he scored another. He scored again in the third quarter. But
So you saying improvements from last year, basically.
all around, bro, all around. You feel me?
Because I remember adding to what you said. We were discussing ball movement, and y'all were trash. And I was saying that the best teams, they average like 30 plus, or a good 25 plus north of assists, right?
Yeah, we was last
And
in assists last year.
yeah, so that being said, this is the difference. You mentioned how many assists y'all had. I was looking at our assists like, damn, how well did we do? You know what I mean? We had 26 assists. So yeah, I think the better teams do get 25 and up. You know what I'm saying? Far as assists, that's what I would consider ball rotation. To be
and
honest.
and that it helps getting assists when you pushing the tempo and getting the transition early. You feel me? And that was a vital part. We got a lot of athletes that could finish in transition. We talk about the Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, Manuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, all those guys flourish in the open court. You feel me? So it only makes sense that we push the tempo and get downhill on people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did that tonight. We
That's
did that.
another that's another stat to add to is what we were saying. When I was doing the stats last season, I was looking at the better teams. The better teams are good at making fast break points. Those easy transition baskets where you don't have to come and set up a half court set and actually draw a play, X's and O's or whatnot. Yeah, you like give your guys a play off, like like they tie it. Like say they hypothetically they tie it, but it's a fast break. These guys don't always have to run down. This guy just slammed it. Like, all right, we good. We back on defense.
To answer your question, Jay, Julius Randle barely played the second half because it was a blowout. Quickly got more minutes in the second half, and it was a blowout. So that's how he got more than the starters coming off the bench. And then like in the fourth quarter, Quick just started chucking up the threes, and they were going in. Like that's how that happened because it was a blowout already. Those guys was already on the bench chilling, high-fiving and laughing and talk about what club they gonna hit up tonight. You feel me? Or Julius Randle probably going home to the fam. You know what I mean? Because he a family man. You know what I mean? But everybody else was talking about what club they hitting up tonight. You feel me? Like where the joints gonna be at. That's what they was talking about while on the bench while Manuel Quickly was sealing this blowout for us. You feel me? That's what happened. You feel me? So that's how Quick got more than 30. Like I said, he started chucking up the threes like once we was already had the lead, like the 20-something. Quick just out there like, all right, showtime. I'm shooting. I'm shooting. But
Damn.
But the biggest part to me about this team is how unselfish they play. You know what I mean? The whole starting unit plays hella unselfish, and it is beautiful to see. Like tonight, it was a lot of fake narratives out there how last season because Julius Randle had an attitude that he was somehow jealous of R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett had a rough game against Memphis. He had the worst game of his career against Memphis.
You contribute that to him having a bad game or Memphis defense?
I think it was more of RJ going out there with the pressure of I got to live up to my new contract, and he was pressing the issue. You feel me? To answer your question, Grimes is injured, and McBride is the fourth point guard on our team. Grimes is hurt. You know what I mean? So
what happened to Grimes?
He got like they said it was a sore foot, but it's been a minute. Like I think they capping on how hurt he is because he barely played in the preseason. He barely played in the preseason. He played like one game in the preseason, and he been inactive for our first two games. So but back to what I was saying about Julius and RJ. After RJ Barrett had this rough game, you could see Julius Randle trying to feed RJ Barrett to get him back on track. You know what I mean? And that's good. That's a good teammate. Like, that's encouragement. Like, yo, I believe in you, bro. Let's go get these buckets. You heard? Like, I believe in you. And what impressed me most about RJ was him not pressing the issue to try to, get back on track. A lot of his effectiveness in the first quarter came from his passing. He had three assists in the first half of the first quarter. You feel me? Like he was dropping dimes off early. You feel me? So that's the impressive and for him to have a bounce back game so quickly, like the last couple years with RJ Barrett, it took him a long while to right the ship when he started off slow. He had a bad first 2 months, and the year before that, same thing with his shooting. He had a bad first 2 months, and then he right the ship. To see him bounce back so quickly after the worst game of his career was impressive to see. But yeah, I expect us to do this more, man, because we got a floor general, somebody that to right the ship. And one more thing before I wrap this up, most impressive thing I've seen about Jalen Brunson so far is the time he picks to score. You feel me? Like he makes timely baskets. Like, all right, this team is going on a little run. Yeah. This team is going on a little run. I'm about to hit this three in Sun face right quick. Flap. Oh, they going on. They scored 2 baskets back to back. All right. RJ been missing. Julius missed his last couple. All right, I'm taking it to the rack and get this and 1 basket. You feel me? Like that's what I like about Brunson. You feel me? And he makes the smart play. And like I said, man, 15 assists in the first 2 games, 0 turnovers. That says a lot, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, no, it's nothing to sneeze at. I mean,
and my fault. And he didn't turn over the ball not once in the whole preseason. So there's that too. You feel me? Ball security is important and vital to winning basketball games. Now I'm done.
Yeah, no, I respect this handle. Again, Jay, shout out to my guy. You know, that's my guy. He always call him Bumson, but that's him trolling. I really respect Jalen Brunson, and I think it's something good for the Knicks for him to be on the team. But case in point is, I still feel like they're the second in the city. But that's not my point. My point is what I was getting in to add to what you were saying, because this is not going off topic. It's actually going in the way I was saying. What I was going to talk about is the pace of the game and the tempo and what runs mean to the game. And like as a fan, that ass, I'll be on edge. Like when we got the lead and then we let them come back. Like, yo, I'm going to be honest. Being at the game, you want to see the opponent get demolished, destroyed, obliterated, ass whoopings. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to see. We win, you lose. That's it. But to be honest, it ain't always like that. And that's because of pace and guys that could say, all right, timeout. We need to score. Let me score. You know what I'm saying? KD, he does that. Kyrie did that a lot tonight. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he played a lot of minutes, but trust me, they were essential because instead of going to Cam Thomas for offense or Uda Watanabe or something like that for a 3 on the corner or something like that, he went to his main guys, and the only one he really added was Morris and that's it. That's it. He added Morris in the lineup, and he added Joey. So Joey, Morris, Patty, and Day'Ron Sharpe. You know what I'm saying? That was a 9-man swing. And I'm saying that to say when we needed timely baskets, KD, Kyrie, Nick Claxton, bro, we got some tempo setters on our team too. We got some guys that could set the tone and change the tempo and change the pace of the game. And that's what we need. And that's why we want Ben Simmons to be aggressive, because he gets to the paint easy. It's just when he gets there, what he decides to do with the basketball is what fans don't like. A lot of the fans were really like, shoot it. You remember Dave Chappelle, shoot the J. But we wasn't like, shoot it. Yeah, shoot it. Right, we wasn't like saying shoot the shade. We was like, yo, dunk it. Like, yo, you in the paint, dunk that. Like, sometimes he passed it. It's like, yo, why would you pass that? You know what I'm saying? Like, dunk that. Trade in the pretty for the gritty.
You know why you got the best phrase in America when it come to Ben Simmons.
Nah,
you know
man,
why
that's Philly Ben Simmons, man.
He ain't got the heart.
He pretty, man.
He walking up that yellow brick road looking for courage. He ain't
Hold
got
on.
the heart. He ain't got the cojones.
I'll be right back. I gotta get my charger for my laptop.
Yeah. So, Jay, to answer your question about the minutes, quickly played a lot of his minutes against the third stringers. The game was over. And I think like 3 minutes of RJ Barrett and Brunson time was them being in the game when they shouldn't even have been in the game. They wasn't even trying to score because the game was over. The only person was trying to score at the end of the game was Emmanuel Quickly because the game was over. He's the only one. He was out there trying. Quickly was making up for all preseason and last game with tonight's performance. Now, a big fan. I'm gonna wait the big fan put his headphones back on before I say this.
What?
Yo, just a nice little tidbit. You could do with it as you will. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The Knicks and the Nets both played at home tonight, right?
Yeah, we played at home tonight. Yeah.
You know what color was the Empire State Building tonight?
Nah, I didn't see the Empire State Building, to be honest with you.
It's orange and blue. They had a choice. You know, they had a choice. They could have made the choice to be like, oh, since the Nets, quote unquote, run the city, we go. Oh nah, don't. I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking that, Jay. That's
He
in
said
Manhattan.
that's in Manhattan.
No, I'm not jacking that.
That's a fact though. That's
No,
a fact.
that's how
Jumbotron
y'all.
J facts.
So how y'all gonna say y'all run the city, but one of the most important landmarks of all of New York is the Empire State Building. But I remember when that one time that they made it black and white, y'all was going crazy. Y'all was going crazy when it was black and white. But now it's Manhattan. And who cares about it because it's orange and blue? When they could have easily made it black and white when we both playing at home. Matter of fact, they didn't even make it black and white on y'all opening night when the Knicks was away. They didn't even do it. You know why? Because nobody cares about the Nets. That's what nobody care about. Nobody cares about that old building. People come from around the world, around the whole entire globe to go see that old building. And people pay attention to what lights it light up as. Yo, bro, you can have the jumbo. You think you're the only person that's ever been on a jumbotron? You think T-Time in all my years of going to the garden has never been on a jumbotron? What? What? Who cares about you being on the jumbotron? They put a lot of people on the jumbotron, bro. They put dogs and babies on the jumbotron, son. Who cares? Yo, you said let me see yours. I didn't record it because you know why? Nobody cares about being on the jumbotron. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Have your moment, bro. But don't fill my comments with you being on the jumbotron. Okay? Congratulations. Must have it did happen. I don't got yo, Jay, I promise you one thing, bro. You my guy. I ain't never gotta lie to you, Playboy, about being on the jumbotron. I ain't never gotta lie about that to you about being on the jumbotron. Don't care that much. Don't care that much, bro. I'm happy for you. You excited. I like you as a person, Jay. So I'm happy that you excited, bro. I'm happy for you that you excited. But, bro, don't fill my comments up about you being on the jumbotron, bro. What happened to Big Fan Breezy, bro? What happened to Big Fan Breezy, bro? What happened? Oh man, he's not even here to talk about how it, he's not even here to talk about how y'all got blown out by the Pelicans, man. That was brutal. I ain't see it, but I looked at the score, I said, geez, did y'all even show up to play? Who else? What? Hey, yo, Jay, what are you saying in my comment section, bro? Wait, what? What is that? That was whoa, pause, buddy. Pause, buddy. Yo, nah, I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see it. I should have saw it. You right, because I would have got a lot of joy of watching y'all get washed up. Nah, facts. That is not no lie. You ain't. That is not no lie. Yeah, that is not no lie, bro. They are Marlon. They absolutely gonna be a threat. That team, their starting five is serious, son. They start. Oh, I was about to say because if he don't pull back up soon, I was about to leave. It's late. It's past my bedtime, Playboy. Well, I said if you didn't pull back up soon, I can't hear you.
Yo, can
Oh,
you
there
hear
you
me?
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Shit, man, my shit needed charge, man. I didn't charge it
Nah,
before I left for the game, and that shit was on red for real.
yeah.
But what I miss?
Now I was just talking shit with Jay. He was hype about being on the jumbotron, and then tried to tell me because I don't have footage of me ever being on the jumbotron. It didn't happen. I was like, bro, I promise you, I ain't got to lie to you about being on the jumbotron. I don't care that.
Yo,
But
y-
anyway, I don't want to go
okay.
back down that tangent. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because
no no no.
I want
What?
to get off. I want to get off this live soon. Pause. You know what I mean? So
Nah, this ain't gonna be no tangent. But what I
yeah,
will say is, me and Jay, we got it litty as soon as we came in the building. Soon as we came in the building, they was doing that, and I just pulled up, did it real quick. We did it. We was on the jumbotron, started it, and it was my first time being part of the BK block. So that's how you make an entrance as a fan, as a big fan, and fan power wise. The last time I went to a game, I seen Toronto beat the Brooklyn Nets, and this was about 8 years ago, to be
sheesh.
honest with you, a long time ago. So when we went tonight, to me, especially to me, it was important for us to win that game to say that, the last time we played Toronto, we beat Toronto, not them beating us. Pause or whatever. So case in point
That was
is, I'm glad the third time I seen us play Toronto, we won 3 times the charm. I think we go on a 3-game win streak. Uh yeah, man. I think three is gonna be good, a good number for the Brooklyn Nets. You might even get 3 championships with this team, man. Who knows? But that being said, it was good for us to be on the jumbotron, man. I liked it. I seen a lot of Nets energy. You know how they say, there's a lot of Warrior fans in Brooklyn. There was some Raptor fans there, but it was heavy with the Nets fans. It wasn't even. It was definitely 85%, 95%. I remember a fan in my sections, they heard a Raptor fans say something. They said, it's only one of you. But it was more than one. But it was definitely heavy populated Nets fans in there. We were heavy in there tonight. So, yeah,
It's
man.
your, it's your home building.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, they say sometimes like the Knicks or other teams, their away teams, they still got a lot of fans. And, respectfully, it is what it is. I was kicking it with this Raptor fan, and I asked him, I said, yo, how you became a Raptor fan? He gave me a whole story. He said, see, when my uncle, I was 10, and then my uncle gave me a Raptor hat, and that's how I became it, just like that. And, I respected it. But case in point is, fans are part of the team, like part of the culture. And for Kyrie to give us that handle and say, "Yo, the fans help us win it," reminds me of when we did in the Garden and how Sean Marks said that the fans helped Cam Thomas and the Brooklyn Nets win it there. But we play at the Barclays when we play, and I know we wrapping things up soon, so I'll say this: we play not next week. We won't play in that week, but I think maybe a week or two from now, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. We don't. It's the 12th game for the Brooklyn Nets. We played. We got a 12th game, and I think by 12 games in, we'll be a better than 500 ball club. Based on what I've seen from the 2 games, and that's me being
How,
objective. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna win straight out until we get to the Knicks. I I think it might be. It's gonna be rough. We're going on the road. We got 2 road games,
what
two
we
tough
not
teams.
what we not going to do, right? Because I spoke about my loss, and you didn't speak about that shellacking that the Pelicans gave y'all on
I
opening night.
kind of did, but I'll break it down more. So,
Barely. Uh,
I'll break it down more. So, what I
it
will
was a
say is,
shellacking.
with Zion, and again, this is one of my first times seeing him play like thoroughly. Like I seen highlights, but I think he missed this around the same amount of games Ben Simmons missed, like 500 and something. It was a crazy number, and this was like his return, which I care less for. I really wanted him to get an L before when he got to the Barclays, but they won. And what I will say is this: coaching, that Willie Green coach know what he doing, man. The way he substitute his rotations, it was beautiful. And I'm saying that on the other end. I'm wishing Nash would take a page out of his book because Willie Green is his second year coach. I always contrast Nash to the new coaches because the new coaches that get hired, they have a plethora of assistant coach experience. So I always contrast it to Nash. So yeah, Willie Green might be a second year head coach, but he had assistant coach experience before he became a head coach, and this is the difference between him and Nash. So I watched him with the rotations, and I'm like, God damn, they putting big pressure on us the way the rotations are. He knows who likes to play with who to set a play up for. When there's dry spots in offense, you don't always got to go through your superstars. You could go through your role players because they may not get you 20, but they can get you an important 6 points. Like say your offense is dry, and you know what I mean, your role player hit 2 threes back to back, boom. You back in it. You know what I'm saying? You done reinvigorated the team. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I could see how coaching matters. I was on a show called Players Choice, and they said that they think that coaching is 50%. I was talking to my guy Joey BK too. Shout to him. He said that he think coaching is 50%. And people question Nash about his coaching ability, and all of the fans are on Nash, got him on a hot seat at the Barclays. At the Barclays, they are on Nash. Like, it ain't even no game. Like, you people just say this on the podcast, and then he's just off the hook. Nah, they was on him. And I'm going to be honest with you. He did a coach challenge that they called a foul on Kyrie. But when he did the challenge, they changed the call and made it an offensive foul, and which was pivotal because it was early in the fourth quarter, I believe. And it would have gave Kyrie Irving, bless you, it would have gave Kyrie Irving 5 fouls in the beginning of the fourth quarter. They changed the call, and it was only 4 fouls on Kyrie after that. And we got possession, and it was a real tight game. So shout to Nash. And it was another time where they did a run, and instead of letting them tie the game and take the lead, when we had a lead by 3, Nash called timeout, and we was able to stabilize the situation and win the game. So and every fan is critical. Everybody's seen Nash on the hot seat. He's there now, still there. Maybe a little warmer than it was the game before, from game 1 to game 2, but it's still pretty hot for Nash right now. And yeah, he did his thing, man. He called the key timeout and a key coach challenge. So shout to him. But he did not make the adjustments versus Willie Green. And the significance of me saying that, because you said I didn't talk about it, we got out rebounded by 61 boards to 39. Crazy. And the problem was, in my opinion, the adjustment I needed Nash to do is talk to Ben Simmons and tell him, we need you to help Day'Ron Sharpe. You do not leave Day'Ron Sharpe on an island with Valanciunas thinking that he's going to be a matchup for him. Valanciunas is a very physical player. He's a veteran. He gave Day'Ron Sharpe a hard time the whole night. Nick Claxton did what he could, but the truth is we had Nick Claxton going back and forth from the perimeter to the paint, and we kind of isolated Day'Ron Sharpe with a Valanciunas, and it was a bad play. And I think what we need is Ben Simmons to be second. He needs to be that help defender anytime Day'Ron Sharpe has a one-on-one situation. We do not need to put Day'Ron Sharpe on one-on-one situations, or we would continue to get out-rebounded the way we did in that slacking, as T-Town would say. That being said, yeah, man, we lost that game because of rebounding, and they had more shot attempts, like 12 more shot attempts to be. I don't know if it's exact, but they definitely had more shot attempts because of the offensive rebounds. They had like 20 offensive rebounds. We had like 9. Yeah, man. What more could I?
Game, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it was bad, man. And I put it on Ben Simmons. He could have helped Day'Ron Sharpe. No, never ever leave Valanciunas alone with Day'Ron Sharpe again, ever in life. It's not responsible. And he's his second year guy. Valanciunas is a pro and way more physical. Nah, it's just not smart. It's a team game, 5-on-5, not 1-on-1.
I mean, yeah. In summation, tonight was a good night for both teams. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? Because I was peeking in on the score. I ain't gonna lie, because I was on the Twitter Spaces, so I got my phone right there. I got the game on, so I'm like, let me see what the Nets doing real quick. Then I saw y'all was down. I was like, oh, don't tell me these motherfuckers about to lose 2 in a row. Then I go back to my thing. Then I came back a little bit later. I saw y'all was up. I was like, okay, this makes more sense. Then I go back to watching the game. Then I come back and y'all was down again. I'm like, y'all, what's going on over there? Y'all was stressed.
Yeah. It was a little different for me, when we lost that game in the blowout. I said, man, I hope the Knicks lose too, man. Forget those Knicks fans, man. They ain't never root for us anyway. And I was salty, I was salty, I wanted y'all to lose because we lost, you know what I mean? So like when we won, I didn't check for y'all game. Well, I was at the game, so I couldn't really check for y'all. And to be honest with you, my phone needed to charge, so I couldn't really check for y'all anyway. Case in point is I knew y'all was gonna beat Detroit. I don't look at the Knicks and think y'all trash, especially with the addition of Hartenstein and Brunson, to be honest with you. I think those are major pickups for the Knicks, and it definitely put y'all in 6 or 7 in my conversation. I'm saying y'all 6 or 7. Or maybe 7, 8, but I think it's gonna be tight the way it was last season. Let's not forget the rankings between 2, 3, and 4 were all the same record with 51 wins. That being said, look for more of that in the East this season. We needed to win that game because it was a division game, and trust me, Toronto is a tough team. You know what I'm saying? They got Nick Nurse as a coach, and trust me, yeah, Nash had his hands full dealing with Nick Nurse all night.
I don't know, man. Toronto, they don't got no bench. Their bench is weak. Their bench is weak, bro. Like they don't even play a large rotation, and they play a large rotation. I think what they play like 8 guys against y'all. You feel me? Like if that.
I'll check, but yeah, they run a tight
4,
rotation.
5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, they played a pretty decent rotation. I was capping. They played 9 people. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah. But they're the people. You got like 3 people of that 9 rotation that played like 13, 6. One of the guy played 6 minutes. Like you can't even really count that. You feel me? Like 6 minutes. Other guy played 13. Like everybody else on the team, the starters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No starter played under 35 minutes today. You feel me? Like that's a tight rotation. You feel me? Because they don't got a bench really. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Toronto gonna be that good this year. Me being
So you think you take their spot? Let's put our cards on the table. You think because they were last season going into the playoffs, they were respectfully they were 6, right?
And I've been saying we're gonna.
They had the last playoff spot.
If they expected to be the 6th seed again, then yes. You feel me? Like because we're gonna be the 6th seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, right now, before the season started, I said our first 10 games we're gonna be 8-2. That wake up call for me, and I was talking spicy to I forget, I was talking spicy to a Lakers fan. I'm always talking spicy, but the point is that first game was humbling. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, man, like and again, on Twitter and other places, people they say, "Oh, big fan Breezy, man, you living in the fantasy, you got to be more objective." So, I've toned it back and to the more objective side of it, and I still break my vlogs down and say how we can win. I still do that, but I definitely have to watch the game like every other fan and see what every other fan is seeing. And yeah, the common thread is Ben Simmons being more aggressive, and if he's not, he's an X factor, and we'll lose if he doesn't impact the team the way we need him to, and that's on defense, rebounding, and realistically scoring. He loves the pass. I've never seen a 16 guy love the pass the way this guy does. Like he can dunk it, but because Nick Clax is close, he'll pass it to him.
Because
we actually want to see him be more aggressive.
You know why? You got the greatest.
I think that's Australia basketball, man.
No, he wasn't always like that. You feel me? You got the greatest Ben Simmons quote in the history of Ben Simmons quotes. He walk up that yellow brick road looking for courage. He ain't got the heart. He ain't got the cojones.
I think he going to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? I think he is.
My man out here, he's making like what, damn near $40 million or some wild shit like that. He making a lot of fucking money to score 6 points. He's like the 4th highest paid player in the NBA, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I want him to score more.
Because he's scared.
Nah, yeah, I do. I do want him to score 12 to 14 points. If he could give the Brooklyn Nets 12 to 14 points a game, I would be satisfied.
That's the highest.
You know what I'm saying?
He's the highest paid role player in NBA history, son.
Yo, hold on. First off, King, I ain't jacking that. And it got spicy with me and King and Twitter. Well, not me really. It was me and him was going at it, but he a Knick fan. He got a lot of Knick fans.
I already saw he said the Knicks fans will always run the city. I put that up on the show.
Yeah, he got a lot of Knick fan ideas. He be tripping, you know what I'm saying? He also said we need to make the trade for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. But again, to my point, the first 4 seasons for Miles Turner, he played a good for a lot of basketball. In these last 4 seasons, he played like 52 games at max, and he started the season hurt in practice for that matter. Like he got practice in warmups, so he's not a player that's available like that. I don't know how and then I don't want the Nets to be known for just picking up injury prone players. We already complaining about injuries, and y'all keep telling us to get players that got injuries. Do you see what Joe Harris is going through? Do you see what Seth Curry is going through? Like we're going through it because these guys on paper, they're great. They look at the field goal percentage and how well they shoot the ball, but they have to be on the basketball court for them to shoot the ball. Shout out to Patty Mills. Patty Mills is one of the healthiest ball players out there, man. He be giving us good minutes, and he was a role player on the bench for most of his career. And for what he's done for the Brooklyn Nets in these first 2 games, I respect it. You know, he got a lot of criticism in the latter part of the season, but he started the season sharp. And I like what I see from Patty Mills, man. So, yeah, we're not getting Miles Turner because he's not reliable. And as y'all know, Sean Marks is looking for players reliable, you know, into land the plane like Royce O'Neal. He played 77 out of 82 games last season. That's more what we need more than a Miles Turner, who will be great when he's available, but when we need him to be available more than just great when he is available.
Yo, I'm out of here, man. As you can see, my allergies have been wild in this whole show.
Yeah, man, it's late. Yo, and bear with us, man. Listen, when the games come on, we're gonna go on late. We may switch the date, but that me and him got a poly about that to see whether or not it behooves us or whatnot. See when it's convenient. But yo, thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's fucking late, and you guys are rocking with us, man. We see y'all watching, but nobody hit that like button, man. We starting to think y'all just looking at us just to look at us. Because if you're looking at us and you like something, we really want you to hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? You know, we would really appreciate it. You know what I mean? You know,
that like button need to be going crazy. You heard?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We get heavy in the algorithms with the like button. You know what I mean? It may be the wrong choice of words is hit, tap it, touch it. You know what I'm saying? Grace it. Pause.
Wait. This guy a little way.
I'm just trying to put I'm just trying to put emphasis on I see the eyes on us, but I don't see you guys saying the like button, man. Come on, man. Show us some love. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we working, man. We don't miss a show week after week, man. Regardless if we pull up late, we consistent. In fairness,
bro. I'm on. I just went to YouTube because I'm like, maybe the YouTube likes don't register with the StreamYard. And sure enough, we got some likes on YouTube. You feel me?
Okay, all right, man. Par itself. I was going ham.
Let me go. Man, my daughter get up at 8:00 in the morning, and yeah, I got to be up to follow behind that energy, man. You already know the vibes. Yo,
man, I'm a dad.
Shout out to everybody want to pull up.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, we see y'all next
Like,
Friday.
share, comment.
I holla.
All right, subscribe to our pajizzle.